Hello my dear students, welcome to the English Grammar Digital class. In today's class, I'll continue with the topic determiners. In my last video, we started with determiners and let's have a quick recap of the content. Determiner is a word used before a noun to indicate which thing or person we are talking about. This is a modifying word that determines the kind of reference a noun has in that context. Now we'll just look into how they are classified based on their position. Well, determiners are classified into three, that is predeterminers, central determiners, post determiners. This classification is based on their position in each sentence. Since we had completed predeterminers, I start up with central determiners, and this topic was covered already. So in central determiners we have 6 types of determiners: articles, demonstrators, distributors, interrogatives, possessives and quantifiers. Since I have already covered articles, we'll just go ahead with demonstrators. Demonstratives are used to show the relative distance between the speaker and the noun. This, that, these and those are demonstratives. If something is placed near you, then you use this if it is singular, and these for plural. If something is placed far from you, then you quote it with that for singular and those if it's plural. So the places are referred as here and there respectively. Just look at the examples here. So based on the number of the objects or the singular, this and that is used. Plural, these and those are used. So here and there tell us the position of the objects. For example, here we are talking about a book. So this is singular. So it is nearby and can be seen, and this is used. Here we have more than one book, so we use the determiner these, so it becomes these books. The next one, it is a bit far away, but still it can be seen, so there is used and it is not close. So here we use that if it is singular, and we use those if it is plural, that is more than one. So this, that, these, those are called demonstratives, and they are used to show the relative distance between the speaker and the noun. So let's look into the definition here. The demonstrative determiners are used to talk about persons or things that have already been mentioned. This and these refer to the things that are near and can be seen. That and those are used to refer to the things that are at a distance but can be seen. So if you just look at these images, you will be able to identify it easily. So the point to be noted here is this and that are used for singular nouns. These and those are used for plural nouns. Let's look into the examples. We lived in this house for 2 years. The teacher brought these books for us. Those toys aren't fit for use. That building is under repair. I like to visit this place often. Can you help me shift these books? The librarian kept those books for reference. And the next one is actually possessive determiners. The possessives are used before a noun to show possession, that is the state of owning something. So possession is nothing but to show a belonging also. These are also called as possessive adjectives. This term can be recalled as you might have learned this in 5th or 6th grade. These are the words that are called as possessive determiners: my, our, your, his, her, its, their. Examples: Mr. Sudarshana is our principal. Your mother looks very young. Are you his friend? Do you know my cousin? Their house is very beautiful. So all the words that are marked in red are possessive determiners, and you can see that they are placed before the nouns. So here the possessive determiners are used according to the subject pronouns. So we'll just look into the table which easily tells us which possessive determiner goes with the subject pronoun. If the subject pronoun is I, we use the determiner my. If it is you, we use your. His goes with he, her goes with she. If it is it is its. If the subject pronoun is we, the determiner is are. If the subject pronoun is they, we use their as the possessive determiner. The next one is quantifiers. As the name itself suggests, it refers to the quantity of a noun. So they refer to the quantity of something or amount of something or indicate the quantity of the noun. They are used with both countable and uncountable nouns. The words are, the determiners are much, some, several, a lot of, both, all, etc. Let's look into the examples. There were some people at the airport. Plenty of people have a different opinion about this. All of us have to visit the museum. There is no milk in the can. Jagan drank a lot of water. They had enough food already. I have forgotten some of the names. So this is for your reference, children. I have put some quantifiers which goes well with countable nouns and with uncountable nouns, and then with both, that is countable and uncountable nouns. So here, as I told you, they are used to express an amount or a degree of something. They are also used with people, like persons. A majority of, a number of, several, many, a large number of, a few, very few, a great number of. These are the determiners which are used with countable nouns. Much, a bit, a great deal of, a large quantity of, a large amount of, a little, very little are used with uncountable nouns. Enough, all, more, most, less, least, no, none, any, not any, some, plenty of, and lots of goes with countable and uncountable nouns. The next one is distributives. These determiners refer to each member of a group. So the determiners refer to each member of a group, and there are 4 of them. They are each, every, either, and neither. Let's look into the usage. Now, first one is each. It is used when we talk about the members of a group individually. Example is, I spoke to each student personally. The next comes every, used when we make a general statement. The example is, I listened to every word he said. So the point to be noted here is both are followed by a singular countable noun. So each and every are distributive determiners, and student and word are countable nouns. Now let's look into the other examples, either and neither. Either is used to talk about two things but usually indicates that only one of the two is involved in the action. So example, either of the two teachers will handle your class. Next one is neither, used to indicate the opposite of either. It negates with pairs and means none of the two. So here, neither of the two teachers handle the class today. The point to be noted here are both are used with plural nouns when prefixed with of. So just recap. Each, every, either and neither are distributive determiners and they go with singular. Last but not least, interrogatives is the last among central determiners. As the name suggests, these are used to ask or frame questions. The examples are here. What subjects are you opting for? Whose books are these? Which city do you wish to visit? So we have three of them: what, whose and which. So interrogative determiners are the determiners which help us framing questions. There are some other examples here. What time is it? Which cake do you want to buy? Whose car are you driving? The next one is post determiners, the last category among determiners. As we have already looked into predeterminers and central determiners, we'll now learn about the last category. So as the name suggests, post determiners means it's because of the position of determiners. These determiners are usually placed after the main or central determiners. These determiners are again classified into two: cardinal numbers and ordinal numerals. However, not all of them go with the rule, and many experts don't agree that these are determiners. So the first one is cardinals. These are ordinary numbers like 1, 2, 3, etc. that appear before a noun to quantify them. They show how many of something are there. The examples: there were 10 apples in the basket. That old man has 2 daughters. I cannot balance on 1 foot. So here you can just see just the numbers are written. Not in numericals, but the number names are written. The next one is ordinals. These show what position something is in a series. These are used before nouns, and other determiners such as articles and possessives are used before ordinals. The point to be noted here is all ordinal numbers carry a suffix nd, rd, st, th. You can see in the examples here: first, second, third, fourth, fifth. They can be written as words like first, second, etc., or as numerals followed by abbreviations like first, second, etc. They are also referred as order words. So when you're writing some descriptive paragraph or you're describing an event, you might have studied in Exceed earlier. We use these order words like first, second, next, then, etc. So ordinals are also used as order words. The examples: he is the last person to enter this room. I shall meet you the next week. I am the first person to guide you. This is for your reference, children. Cardinal and ordinal numbers. So the cardinal numbers are from 0 and it just continues to 1 million and so on. And then ordinal numbers, it has the suffix st, nd, rd, th. And then they are also written in words like first, second, third, fourth, fifth, etc. So let's have a quick recap of this topic, that is determiners. So determiners are modifying words used before a noun to indicate which thing or person we are talking about, and it determines the kind of reference a noun has in that context. Determiners are divided into 3 categories based on the position: predeterminers, central determiners, and post determiners. Predeterminers are divided or subclassified again into 4, which are multipliers, fractions, intensifiers, and others, which we have already studied in our previous video. And then comes central determiners, which are classified as articles, possessives. WH determiners are nothing but interrogatives, distributives, demonstratives, and quantifiers. The last category, post determiners, classified into cardinals and ordinals. So in this class, we actually looked into some of the central determiners, starting from possessive determiners. So these types of determiners are words used in front of a noun to express possession or belonging. So these are the examples here. The next one is demonstratives. So they actually point out a particular noun to the noun it replaces. So there are 4 demonstratives in English: the near demonstratives, this and these, and the far demonstratives, that and those. This and that are singular, these and those are plural. So this pictorial representation will tell you if it is nearby, and if it is singular we use this. If it is far and it is singular we use that. If it is close or nearby, it is these boxes for plural, and if it is far away but still can be seen, it is those. Next is quantifiers. And I told you they go with uncountable nouns, countable nouns, and with both. So these determiners are actually modifying a noun to indicate its quantity. So here are the examples which actually tell us about the quantity of nouns. The next one is distributive adjectives. So distributive adjectives, we have each, every, either and neither. Sometimes we use any, one or both. So they show that the things or persons that are counted collectively, but they refer to members of a group as individuals. Next one is interrogatives. These are the determiners which are used to frame questions. So the main three determiners here are which, what and whose. So we have to be very careful with WHOSE, which is actually the interrogative determiner. Apart from WHO apostrophe S. This is actually a contraction of who is and not a determiner. So be careful with this. WHOSE is actually the determiner. Who apostrophe S is actually a contraction of who is. And the last part is post determiners, which has ordinals and cardinals. So cardinals are just numbers. Ordinals actually have the number name kind of thing, like first, second, third, fourth. And first, second, third, fourth, they have the suffix st, nd, rd and th. Hope you all have understood this, children. Thank you for your patience. I appreciate. Have a great day.